You see the hat. You know what it is. Bing bong. If you don't agree with me right now, you are insane. Fuck your life.
Real life, real sports, black and white, just sports. One height, one source, black and white, just sports. Whatever sport, we gon' have the latest news. Just sports is a vibe, it's a mood. Grab a drink, grab a snack, or some food. We gon' put it all together like glue. Real life, real sports, black and white, just sports. One height, one source, black and white, just sports. Whatever sport, we gon' have the latest news. Just sports is a vibe, it's a mood. Grab a drink, grab a snack, or some food. We gon' put it all together like glue. Straight to the point. Guess who won the game by how many of the points? Anything about the game, this the one and only joint. Black and white game, black and white, just sports. NBA, NFL, we got it all. We got the news if it's dealing with a ball. You know the hype, black and white, just sports, y'all. It's a vibe, black and white, just sports, y'all.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back. You're back. We are back for Black and White Sports. I am your host, Pat, and we are here with the newest episode, the latest episode. I've been off for, on and off for the past month or so. I just haven't been as frequent as I want to be, and that's on me. It's been a little bit of a hassle trying to get everything done and trying to get these shows in, so I apologize to y'all that have been looking out, but hey, I'm here again, and we're going to keep this shit rolling. Let's start off. Like I said, I don't know how well that came through. Hopefully, it doesn't matter. We'll see. I got the mic back in my mouth, back in my face, so hopefully it didn't sound too bad. But again, what I was saying, just in case it didn't sound great, I just been kind of in and out the past month trying to get these shows, and it's just life happens and things just haven't gone the way I wanted them to, so I haven't been able to get the shows in, but I'm back, so let's get to it. I think the only place I could start off with right now is Tom Brady officially today announces he's retiring. Insane. This man's career has been nothing less than phenomenal. Arguably, it's hard not to argue. I mean, as far as athleticism goes, absolutely, there's hundreds of people more athletic than Tom Brady. But just overall, man, it's hard not to give this man the status of greatest of all time. Everyone knows the story, Everyone knows the story, 6th-round pick from Michigan. Doesn't start, gets the opportunity because Drew Bledsoe. Is it Drew Bledsoe? I believe it's Drew Bledsoe, right? Drew Bledsoe goes down. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe goes down. He gets a shot, and there's your history right there. Just the rest is history. That's what I meant to say. The rest is history. Takes him to Super Bowls after Super Bowl, win after win. This man's ridiculous. 7 Super Bowls in his career. It's unheard of. I think Joe Montana is the next closest with 5. Career record. 243 and 73. That's insane. This man has lost less than 100 games in his career. He's been in the league for fucking 22 years. 84,000 yards, 600 touchdowns. It's just absolutely insane. It sucks because talents like these are, how they say it, generational. You got the Joe Montanas, you got the Peyton Mannings, Broncos quarterback. Why could John Elway's, you know what I mean? The Randy Mosses, the Jerry Rices. These guys aren't falling off the tree. You know what I mean? They're not a dime a dozen. They're one out of very very many, and I've been lucky enough to grow up watching John Elway in his later Bronco years. I really wasn't paying attention when he was like beating the Browns and the drive and all that shit. But I saw him win his 2 Super Bowls. I've seen Peyton Manning. I've seen Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Peyton Manning. I said Tom Brady, Drew Brees. All these amazing athletes. But it's just like nobody's come close to Tom Brady. I mean, Peyton Manning was like leaps and bounds above everyone else during the regular season. He just couldn't get it done year after year in the playoffs. He ends up with 2 Super Bowls. That's still very, very much impressive. It's still very hard to do. Tom Brady, just unheard of. 7 fucking Super Bowls, 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Buccaneers. And that's the other thing. He leaves New England after what, 18, 19 years. Spends 2 in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, spends 2 years in Tampa, and one of the years he wins a fucking Super Bowl. Balled out this year again. His numbers were still great. Let's see if I can get touchdowns. What do you have? In 2 years in Tampa, he's had 83 touchdowns. It's only 24 interceptions. It's fucking insane, man. Yards, almost 10,000 yards in 2 years. It's absolutely insane. 9,949 yards in 2 years. Almost had 10,000 yards in 2 years with Tampa, and of course, like I said, he won the Super Bowl. Yeah, man, it sucks. Like I wasn't a Tom Brady fan with the Patriots. I couldn't stand the guy. I couldn't stand the Patriots. I think most people couldn't. Outside of Boston, most people I don't think like the Patriots very much. But I mean, you got to give that man his respect. You got to give that man his dues and what he did and what he accomplished. And sad day in the world of sports, the NFL, and everything. I think I heard Shannon Sharp talking about how, I'm sorry, I just got like a fucking hanging piece of skin is peeling off my fingers, kind of gross, but whatever. We all do gross things. But Shannon Sharp was saying he feels bad for Tom Brady because, you know, over the weekend they announced that he's retiring. Adam Schefter and this other guy, Jeff Doros or something like that. I forget who the other guy was. They both have come out on their Twitters and announce it and want to be the first and want to be that guy that breaks the news. And Tom Brady's just like, no, I'm not committed to retiring yet. So they ruin this guy's like announcement. That's the thing with this day and age is everyone wants to be the first or the breaking news and everything. You don't give these guys a chance to, you know, come out and say it themselves. There's always someone that's trying to be the first to get that news out there. So, you know, he doesn't get to come out with a press conference or his letter or tweet or, you know, post on social media. He ends up doing it today, but I mean, the room was kind of deflated at that point, but I think most people assumed it was coming. And, you know, unfortunately, you have these I don't know what they're considered, broadcasters or announcers or insiders, whatever the hell they want to be called, that, you know, break it and ruin it for some people. But, you know, congratulations to Tom Brady on an amazing career. Probably the greatest of all time. It's just so much you could say about this guy, and it sucks, you know what I mean? Athletes can't play forever, and that was someone very impressive year after year, and you didn't see this guy diminish. A lot of these athletes, some of recent have these farewell tours. He doesn't do that, but, you know, a lot of these guys at the end of their career are just not good. And look at Ben Roethlisberger. That man is a shell of himself at best. He's absolutely terrible this year. They get to the playoffs despite him being the quarterback. It wasn't because he led them. Excuse me. He didn't lead them to the playoffs, man. They got to him. They got to the playoffs by default, and it's two different spectrums. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ben Roethlisberger was great. Oh, I don't think I was. I did a show since Big Ben retired, but so yeah, he retires as well. No disrespect to Big Ben, the man won 2 Super Bowls himself, but he is not on the same plane as Tom Brady, as good as he was. And like I said, last year he looked bad. He probably should have retired last year. Gives it one more go and was just terrible this year. But he also hangs it up. For me, being a Browns fan, he's got the best of us over his illustrious career. I think we beat him like 2 times out of 15 years or however long Big Ben has been in the league. Did beat him in the playoffs. We got that over him, and that's about it. But man, yeah, it just sucks because you're seeing these quarterbacks go. Last year, Drew Brees hung it up. After this season, you got Big Ben, Roethlisberger, and the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, hanging it up. So, but listen, the league is not short on what appears to be great quarterbacks. One in particular is in his 2nd year and is just lighting it up. Joe Burrow has got the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right, the Cincinnati Bengals in the fucking Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Absolutely insane. Since my last show, which was almost probably at the beginning of January. It's been a couple weeks since I've had the show. I think I did my show. I want to say I did it the wild card weekend. The fucking Cowboys lost. I was upset about that. I may have not. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me see, because this was January 16th. Let me see something right here if I can get. So, about a month and a half, or almost a month. 16 Sunday. Not that it matters at this point, but I'm just curious. It says 2 weeks ago, which would have been. Where are we? Where are you? Where are you? So yeah, would have been after that. I must have talked about the Cowboys losing, but after that, Rams were on a tear. They beat the Cardinals, whooped the Cardinals' ass. Chiefs whooped the Steelers' ass. Bengals obviously beat the Raiders. Go out to Tennessee. I don't believe in Tennessee, never have. Derrick Henry came back, but I don't think he was 100%. They go into Tennessee and beat the Titans. The number 1 or 2 team in the league this year. I believe they were number 1. They had to bye. They come into the number 1 team in the AFC, beat them at home. 49ers take out the Packers. I thought the Packers were going to win. That was a rough game. Both those games came down to the wire. Field goals won it for both of those teams. The Rams and Buccaneers game was absolutely amazing. Again, came down to a last-minute field goal. The Rams beat the Bucks to get to the conference championship. Tom Brady got beat up a bit. He was getting hit a lot that game. I mean, he still ended up with 329, a touchdown. That amazing pass to Mike Evans at the end to bring him back. But Matt Stafford is on another level this year. He gets into the playoffs finally, and he blew it up, 366 and 2 touchdowns. The team is hard to stop, man. They got so many fucking weapons. The Bills-Chiefs game maybe go down as like at least top 10 best games of all time. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes were just going back and forth like a fucking boxing match, knockout after knockout. They kept getting up. The Bills scored. It was absolutely insane. There was, what I want to say, like 40 seconds left, something ridiculous. A minute or less left in the fourth quarter, and fucking Patrick Mahomes got the team down for a tying field goal, got them into overtime. They get the coin flip, and vamos, it was over from there. Wasn't even, I mean, at that point, the Bills, in my opinion, were deflated. They gave up that field goal they should have won. Like, it was literally going back and forth these last, like, 2 minutes of the game. It was absolutely insane. And the Chiefs just pushed harder than the Bills could put up a fight, man. It was just an amazing game, though, man. Josh Allen, 329, 4 touchdowns. Mahomes, 378, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, ridiculous. He had a reception in that fourth quarter in that little 40-second window or whatever where, and I still don't understand. The Chiefs got the ball at the 20. It was, touchback, whatever they do on the kickoffs these days. So they're starting off at the 20. The Bills were dropped back like 30 yards. I don't understand it. They throw a fucking 5-yard pass to Tyreek Hill. This guy takes it for like 20 yards. Then they get another like 15, 20 yards out of Travis Kelce and set up the field goal. It was terrible defense, and that's what did the Bills in. That's such a hard-fought battle by them just to give it up with shitty defense at the end. A prevent defense they should have never been in. And then we get to the conference championship again. Great fucking games. Chiefs, Bengals. Mahomes is, right up there as probably the best quarterback in the league now, especially since Brady's gone. Joe Burrow coming in on fire. They take out the fucking Chiefs with a field goal. Great game again. Joe Burrow had 250 and 2 touchdowns, an interception. Mixon was great. Excuse me. Higgins went off. I was looking for Chase to have a huge game, but Higgins stepped up with 100 yards. Chase still had a touchdown. Mahomes was on fire. The Chiefs were on fire in the first half. I was ready to turn the game off. He ends up with 275, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They were on fire in the first half. They went up. Let's see if I can get the breakdown. 21-10 at half. And absolutely nothing in the second half. I mean, they end up with 3 in the fourth quarter, but the Bengals scored 11 in the third and another 3 in the fourth, and then they kicked the field goal in overtime. But the Chiefs just completely fell apart in the second half. I don't know what happened. Mahomes couldn't get anything going. The offense just was terrible. I don't know what it was. Whole different team in the second half, and Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are in the motherfucking Super Bowl. What the hell? As a Browns fan, I'm upset. Got a lot of Browns fans who are like, "Oh, Ohio, it's Ohio, it's for Ohio." It's not like that for me. I've never been a Bengals fan. I like Chad Ochocinco and Hushmanzada back in the day. Corey Dillon. I was never a big fan of Carson Palmer, but I liked that team. But I didn't love them. You know what I mean? I was never a big fan of the Bengals, and I'm not like, oh, they're an Ohio team. I want an Ohio team. I just don't have no ties. I live in Cleveland. I grew up in Cleveland, Northeast Ohio. Cincinnati is like 3 hours away from us. The whole nother world down there. I got no ties to that area. I have nothing invested, but they're a division rival, and they're in the Super Bowl. The Ravens had an off year, but they've been in the playoffs every year. The Steelers made the playoffs with a shell of himself, Ben Roethlisberger, and of course we have a beat-up quarterback that gets on social media. Now he's finally taking a break and just bitches all the time. It's just should have been the Browns and where the Bengals are, but Joe Burrow is 100 times better than Baker Mayfield. So what do you expect? I mean, Joe Burrow is a superstar in the making. He's going to be in, top 5 conversations from here on out. Good chance. I mean, he has a possibility of winning a Super Bowl in his second fucking year. It's absolutely insane. The Rams beat the 49ers. It was kind of the same way, man. San Francisco was putting in some work in the first half. I mean, the Rams scored in the second half before half to make it close, 10-7. 49ers scored again in the third quarter. They're up, 17-7 going into the fourth quarter. And then Jimmy G turns into Jimmy G. Just fell apart. Threw an interception. Couldn't get his, team rolling. He only had 232 yards. Deebo Samuel, as usual, went off 72 receiving, 26 rushing. Outside of that, nothing else, man. Ayuku, I forgot how to pronounce that guy's name. Number 11 was all right. George Kittle, 2 receptions, man. Where the fuck were you at, my guy? 2 receptions in the biggest game of the season, and they go down. I mean, the Ravens, or not the Ravens, the Rams, of course, get none other than fucking Cooper Kupp going, 142 yards, touchdown, 2 touchdowns. Odell has 113 yards. Running, Cam Akers had 48. Sonny Michel had 16. So they didn't have a lot of running going. They ran a lot, and I'm like, I don't know why they kept running. They couldn't get the run going for anything, but shit, they put up 13 points in the fourth quarter and win. So, listen, I think San Francisco has a really good defense. I think it's better than the Bengals. I think the Bengals still have a very good defense, though. So it's going to be a good game, man. I like Matt Stafford. I'm not like a Rams fan. I'm not like one of those guys, oh, I want Odell since they got rid of him from the Browns for Baker. I'm not like cheering for Odell because he's gone. But I like Cooper Kupp. I really like Matt Stafford, man. I've always thought he was a really good quarterback, but got the short end of the stick being in Detroit for so many years. Even though he had Megatron for a lot of years, they just couldn't get it done in Detroit. And, I mean, that team's always a mess. So, his first season in L.A. and he's in the Super Bowl. So, I'm kind of leaning towards the Rams just because I like Matt Stafford. And then, like I said, man, Cincinnati's a divisional team. I don't care that they're in Ohio. I don't care. They're a divisional team. They got a quarterback for the future set. We don't. We've got one playoff win and haven't been to the Super Bowl. We got a bunch of football championships, whatever it's called, American football, the AFL champions or whatever. I think we got like 5 as the Browns, but they're never in the conversation when you talk about the Steelers and the Cowboys and the Patriots who all have like 4, 5, 6, wherever it is. But they don't get the respect because it's not the NFL. It wasn't in the NFL. It was the AFL or whatever it was back in the day. So, as far as the modern day NFL goes, we haven't been to the Super Bowl. We don't have a Super Bowl championship. Why do I want to see another team in the division win? So, I guess if I'm going for someone, go for the Rams. Go Rams. Go Matt Stafford. So we'll see what happens. 2 weeks away. We got the stupid Pro Bowl this week. No one gives a shit about. No one ever cares about. Nobody's gonna watch it, including myself. 13th, Sunday, February 13th. And then the Rams are at home, man. This is a home game. Tampa was at home last year. I think the stadium was only like half filled. I can't remember how full they had stadium with COVID going on. I cannot remember. But this place is going to be packed. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm sure there's going to be Bengals fans there, but it's a home game for the Rams, man. You can't get any better than that. So we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now. The NBA, of course, is still rolling along. The All-Star list came out. That's a couple weeks ago. In a couple weeks, the 18th through 20th or 22nd, 21st is All-Star Weekend here in Cleveland. Thought about going, but those tickets are like $1,200 for fucking nosebleeds. Fuck that. No, thank you. So I saw someone I know spent like $5 to $6 between like it was like $5,300 for 2 tickets. Fuck that. I mean, if you got it, do what you do. It's kudos to you for going. Kudos to anybody else that goes. You know what I mean? Has the money to throw away at some fucking tickets to a exhibition game in the NBA. 5,000 plus for 2 tickets. That's insane. That wasn't even like floor level or anything. That was like mid-level seats. So, but yeah, the All-Star starters have been announced. If I could find this. Dun, so where's the damn starters? I mean, I think most people know who the starters are. Here we go. Jeez. Boom, boom, boom. Damn it. So, from the Western Conference, of course, LeBron James, Ja Morant gets to start. Wiggins. I have to look at his stats. There's a lot of people upset about Wiggins. I'm pretty sure Devin Booker should start over Wiggins, but and of course Jokic and of course Curry. Let me look at these stats real quick because I've heard a lot of people upset about Wiggins. What's he doing this year? Yep. So this year he's averaging 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. What about the one and only Devin Booker? Devin Booker's averaging 23 points, basically 4 assists, 3.9, and then rebounds, and then 4.6 assists. And his team is also number 1 in the league. Not only the Western Conference, but they have the best record in the league. Warriors are right there, number 2. Devin Booker deserves to fucking start. I mean, this guy gets snubbed like every fucking year. He deserves to start over Wiggins. Come on now. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. And then the Eastern Conference, Giannis, DeRozan is definitely deserving. Durant won't play, but he makes the starting lineup. And Embiid's definitely deserving. He's balling. Trae Young, man, their team is not even in they're 10th in the East. They're 2 games below 500. Why is this guy starting when you have? Excuse me. Listen, is he better? I don't know that he's better, but Darius Garland and the Cavs are ranked 4th in the Eastern Conference. Kyrie Irving isn't playing much. Fucking LaMelo Ball is above them. One of those are definitely more deserving to start than Trae Young. But again, the All-Star starters is a fan vote. That's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Durant shouldn't be a starter when he's out at this point. At that point, just put him on the reserves, let him know that he's an all-star, or I don't know. But Wiggins should probably not be there. That should definitely be Devin Booker's spot, if nobody else. And then Trae Young shouldn't be a starter, man. Darius Garland or, like I said, LaMelo Ball. I think both of them will be in the reserves, but they both are more deserving to start than Trae Young. His team isn't even damn play. They're 10th in the fucking East. That's not saying much. Of course, Chris Paul always gets the snub. He's never going to start over Steph Curry. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, how's he been? I think he's been in and out of the lineup as of late. I don't even think he's played in a little bit. He didn't play the other night. Yeah, I can't really argue outside of that. Devin Booker, maybe Mitchell, but like I said, Mitchell's been hurt for the most part. Let's see. Again, just touching up on some of the standings. The Bulls keep on rolling, 31-18. Did whatchamacallit get hurt? Zach LaVine hurt? Let me see. I thought he got hurt recently, but I don't think he's out. I think they're taking it slow. Yeah, injured his left knee on the 15th. Appeared to hurt himself just 3 minutes in Friday's matchup. So on the 21st, he was hurt. So he might still be down right now. So he's got a little knee injury going, but they're still, first in the Eastern Conference. Heat got Jimmy. Sorry. I was gonna call him Jimmy Butler. Am I right? Am I tripping? Yeah, Jimmy Butler. I don't know what I was thinking. They got him back, and they've been on the tear as of late. Bama Bayou came back. He was hurt for a while. He's going again. So they're rolling 32-19. 76ers, man, despite being without fucking Ben Simmons, crybaby self, they're third in the East right now. Embiid is just balling out of his mind, man. Balling out of his mind. Tobias Harris has kind of stepped in and helped. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up a little bit as of late. But, they're at third. Cavs, like I said, man, ranked fourth. They've kind of been banged up a little bit. Garland was out of the lineup the other day. Jared Allen was sick a couple days ago. Lauri Markkanen is down for a while. I think he's got a knee injury or something like that. Kevin Love, man. Shout out to Kevin Love. I couldn't stand this guy the last couple of years. He was bitching. He was whining. He didn't want to be here. And this man's averaging probably like 18, 20 points. Probably in contention for Sixth Man of the Year. I don't see anyone else doing better than him. What is he doing right now? Averaging 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Accepted his role coming off the bench, and he's having his best year in probably 3 years, maybe. At least the last 2. So, good for Kevin Love. Shout out to him. Bucks, fourth. We beat the Bucks. The Cavs beat the Bucks a couple weeks ago. Impressive win. Bucks came here, and they damn near got ran out the gym. It was an impressive win, probably the staple win of the season for them. 115-99 was then scored. Didn't even seem that close. But good thing the Cavs are just keep on rolling. Nets, Kevin Durant's down for like 4 to 6 weeks. Kyrie's still in and out. They are still 6th despite all the injuries and part-time players, which is surprising. I think Joe Harris is actually out as well right now. Where you had Joey Harris, he might be out as well. Yes, he has an ankle injury, and I don't believe has returned yet. The West, like I was saying, what happened? The West, the Suns are running wild. I didn't expect them to pick up where they left off, but they're 40-9. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The Warriors still balling. They've had a rough go at it lately. Steph Curry's been in a slump. May have woke up the other night at Houston. Fucking Kevin Porter Jr. was mean mugging him like for 5 minutes, and then he ended up with like 20 points in the second half. So he might be shaking off some dust and being back. The Grizzlies, man, number 3 in the West, 35-18. Ja Morant is rolling. Probably my favorite player in the league, man. I love Ja Morant. I wish the fucking Knicks, I say it all the time, wish the Knicks were just a little higher when he was in the draft. I mean, could have got him. It would have been a whole nother story. The Knicks are terrible right now. Complete 180 from last year. Jazz, despite some injuries, Joe Ingles is done for the season. That's going to hurt. Like I said, Donovan Mitchell has been in and out of the lineup as of late. He's been banged up a little bit. They're still 4th somehow. The Nuggets are 5th despite being without Murray all year. They lose, of course, earlier in the year, Porter, and he's out. So, I mean, shit, they're still fifth in the West somehow. Was it fifth? I think it was fifth, right? Oh, so yeah, fifth. Mavericks doing all right. Timberwolves 7, Clippers 8, despite their injuries. Lakers are just they've looked terrible. I don't know what's going on with this team. Of course, Mr. Glass, Anthony Davis has been injured. Russell Westbrook has looked mediocre most of the season. LeBron kind of been banged up here a little bit lately, but LeBron's been on a fucking tear. I think he's averaging like 30 points this year, 30 points a game. I think he's closing in on the number one scoring record of all time. Got these Stitch. Where's these Stitch? Averaging 29, 7, and 6 this year. I mean, he's balling. Nobody else has really kind of stepped up along with him, and it shows because they are ninth in the fucking West right now. They've got a lot of work to do. I mean, this lineup they brought in, Westbrook hasn't worked out. Melo hasn't done much. You're not going to get much from Ariza and DeAndre Jordan. Kendrick Nunn. I don't even remember hearing this guy's name. I know he was hurt for a little bit, had COVID, but he's Horton. It's been all right. Malik Monk is nothing. This team hasn't worked out. Avery Bradley hasn't done much. Kent Bazemore hasn't done nothing. So, I don't know, man. They got an uphill battle, and I for sure, I thought they'd be a lot better than what they are. They're not beating the Suns. They're not beating the Warriors. I don't think they beat the Grizzlies. Outside of that, it's kind of open. I don't believe in the Jazz, especially without Joe Ingles. Jazz are there every year, but they can never get over the hump. Nuggets don't have Murray. It proved last year when he went down. I think he went down in the playoffs last year. Or when he went down, they couldn't get over the hump. Mavericks haven't really got past what they got, I think, for the second round, but I still don't believe in them. Luka needs another running mate. Porzingis isn't it. Hardaway Jr. isn't it. Timberwolves, no. The Clippers, they've been beat up. I don't even know if they'll have Kawhi before the season's done. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. That's kind of what's been going on. I know I said, like I've been saying, last episode I said I was going to do this like every week, and I haven't. I missed 2 weeks worth of shows. But like I said, shit, life happens. But, keep fucking with me. Keep sticking around. Keep the support going. I appreciate it. 2022, man, we're going to make something happen big, man. I'm going to grind this out as hard as I can. Been at this, I think this is the third year I've been at this now. And it's grown a little bit every year, but trying to make something happen. So, like I said, stick around, stay tuned. There's some things I'm going to get in the works going here. Like I said, possibly bring in someone else to do the show with. And for sure, I'm going to be looking to get some interviews, especially starting off with some local guys. We got some high school coaches and former players I want to get on the show and just, pick their brain and talk shit with. So those are the things that are on the horizon. So just, like I say, keep supporting, keep an eye out, and, keep sharing, keep watching, and keep fucking with me, all right? I'll be back. You guys be back too. And I'll see y'all next episode. All right, peace out.